A good Saturday morning, everybody. Good morning, Bobby D.
Good morning.
And how are you this morning?
I'm okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Hey, you look good.
So do you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, but it's not about me. It's about you.
Why is it about me?
Isn't it Women's History Month?
That's the truth.
There
It's,
you go.
it's about all the ladies,
Yeah,
not
all the
just me.
ladies. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the CCI radio show sponsored by Vibrant Souls Health and Wellness. You can follow Vibrant Souls on Instagram and you can email Vibrant Souls at vibrantsouls@gmail.com. And first of all, good morning to all of our lovely crew this morning, our lovely viewers. Good morning, Danetta. Good morning, Zelma.
Good morning, Ladykins.
And good morning to all of you. I know Danetta said good morning, Cub Crew.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to everybody. We're glad that you guys are here. Here we are. It is Saturday, March the 8th, 2025, and we are in the second week now of Women's History Month. Right?
Technically, well, about to go into.
Okay.
Because the first week was really only the first.
First, okay.
Well, it's the second Saturday in March.
Second Saturday? Okay. All right. Well, again, we are here for you guys. We're glad you guys are here. We are globally connected and connecting the world. We're the CCI radio show. We've been doing this our show's been doing this for 13 years and counting. So we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Me and Bobby D, we definitely won't go anywhere. So stay tuned. We got some things to talk about today.
Got that right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. If this is your first time, welcome aboard. We are the CCI radio show and your favorite weekend duo, Sam C and Bobby D. Hey, sisters in the building. Good morning, sis.
Hey.
Happy to have you here. During the show, in case if you guys hear a little something from Bobby D, the past day, you were kind of a little sniffly.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I don't know if it was like it's kind of like it was a cross between like an allergy and like a slight cold or something you may have actually had from possibly your little ones.
Probably.
So.
Probably. Everybody's sick.
Yeah.
And the families bring them to school anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, even though you guys had protocols.
Yep. And the parents sign, the contracts and things to not bring the children in sick. So, Oh, well.
Yeah.
Therefore, we teachers get sick too.
Yeah. Well,
that would be lovely if, the families would think beyond that, maybe the teachers aren't just sitting in the school waiting for them to show up. Maybe the teachers have families and loved ones that are around,
Right. Well, the good news is that I'm not a doctor and I definitely don't play one on TV, but Dr. Sam's been taking care of you.
You have.
So,
yes. Thank you, dear.
For what it's worth, you are much better today. Not that, you weren't like, oh my God, I didn't have any energy. You weren't anything like that. But it's just the fact that
I was gonna say I didn't think my energy was that bad.
No, I'm just kind of like putting it out there, just kind of joking around, everybody. But but seriously, she is better today she had a good night's rest. That I think that's what
That's
kind
good.
of helped you too.
Yeah, that's good.
Kind of changed her. Well, then again, we kind of decided to just kind of stay put,
Yesterday,
at
yeah.
least for
At least for
at least
yesterday.
for yesterday.
But I got 1,000 things to do.
I know that's your problem.
I know.
Well, even on every day, you always have 1,000 things to do.
I know. Things don't get done.
Yeah, well, it seems that way, right?
Well, things don't get done, and people don't do what they're supposed to do. And
Yeah,
so, for things to get done, I jump in and do it.
yeah, yeah.
I don't like tasks that are undone.
Mm-hmm. No, we know.
Drives me crazy. But
Well, we definitely know.
that's the
That's the Bobby D way.
It's true. It's true.
That's the standard, as they say, right?
That's the older sibling thing. Terry Lee knows that. Lady Lee knows that. So,
I'm sure she does.
The older sibling / Aquarius
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
Can't help it. Can't help it.
Yeah.
I try to slow down, but we got a ton of things to do today.
Well, here's the thing.
We'll just do one thing today.
Yeah, with today, we're still going to kind of slow down some things today, but, we will get some things done, but just in moderation.
Okay.
But
I'll try.
Well, we won't try. We will do.
We will do.
Yes. I put my foot down.
Okay. Yes.
So, Danetta says, feel better soon. And she says, good job, Dr. Sam.
Good job, Dr. Sam.
Yeah, like I said, I don't play one on TV, and I never state that I am a doctor.
Well,
I am.
But you are Dr. Doolittle, though. That's a whole other story. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, however, based off of what we talked about, that's funny.
However, I do want to say something that actually kind of surprised me. We were watching the news today, and as we were watching the news, something came up that I didn't know about. Now, as everybody knows, because of all of the crazy things that are happening right now in Congress and the Senate and the presidency and the world, basically, there are a lot of protests and boycotts. And today we found out, which I didn't know because I did receive a list, and I believe that I might have sent it to everybody that's actually here today, or at least those who are speaking in the comments. But did you all know, you probably did know because I had no idea, that there was a current 40-day boycott at Target?
Yeah.
I knew about the February 28th boycott, but I did not know that there was a boycott for Target until Easter. I had no idea. So, where we live, we are
in between two Targets.
Yes.
Literally.
Not only are we in between two Targets, we're near a Walmart and a Sam's Club. Now, we do have some local grocery stores that we can go to. However, we had a plan. Well, a whole other story, but we're gonna get another vaccine, and in several Targets, I'm not really sure if this is all over the country, but at least here, the CVS pharmacy is in Target. So, excuse me, we decided to get a vaccine, but then also get some groceries from Target because we were going to be in there. So I set all that up. Did not hit the thing yet because, as many people probably know, you can, if you, like, for instance, if we were chatting right now and I were to hit on my Target app that we were, okay, I'm ready to come get the groceries now. They give it gets done up to 2 hours. So you have, between now and 2 hours, once it's done, it'll hopefully be done in 2 hours.
Right.
We had no idea that this 40-day boycott was going on. We had no idea. I know I was shocked. I told you that this morning. I don't know how that one skipped by me. But
And me.
yes.
Hey, you're not the only one. And me. So luckily we did we like, oh, nope. We'll be spending our money somewhere elsewhere. I just happened to think real quick. I know this is nothing to do with Target because we're going right back in that in about 5 seconds. But did I say hi to everybody this morning?
Yes.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Okay, because I don't know, for some reason I kind of feel like I slighted.
You said hello, Donetta. Hello, Zelma. And then when Terry came on, you said hello, sis.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't slight anybody this morning because that's the last thing I wanted. I don't know why it was on my mind. I kind of felt like I must have. I don't know if I said hi to everybody.
Are you trying to test my memory, see if it's okay?
No, I'm trying to test mine. It's like all of a sudden I was looking at the comments and I was like, wait a minute. Did I say anything that? Yeah, okay.
You did. And speaking of comments.
Zelma says crazy and it is an understatement. Danetta says I don't shop Target anyway, so that one is easy for me. Now when they do Amazon, that will be tough for me.
Actually, Amazon, there is an Amazon boycott happening right now. So it's from the 7th to the 14th.
Yep.
So no purchases from Amazon this week.
Yep. And after that, Zelma said, Target is overpriced anyway. I can boycott them for years. Did you all know the VA dropped theirs and that the VA dropped theirs in January? Yeah. So many veterans are being thrown to the side. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah. We basically have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Danetta said, play it back. She's probably talking about like when I asked, I say hi to everybody. And Zelma says, sorry, then the Amazon is already on the list. Yep, that's true. They are already on the list. So I'll be honest with you, it's hard for me too. Because Walmart, Target, and Amazon were places that we, it was kind of easiest to do. But because of what's going on in the state of the world right now, don't know. It's kind of rough here.
It's okay. There's other stores.
Yeah, we do have quite a few other stores here, which we will be frequenting and giving them our business. So the order that we did have,
it's
Bobby,
not happening.
Right. And Bobby was, it was easy for Bobby to just cancel that out, and we will take our monies elsewhere.
That is
support
correct.
Some other businesses.
Like Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, I don't know how far reaching Trader Joe's is.
Yeah.
But they're all about DEI and helping people and, doing what's right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Another says, oh, well, power to the people.
That's true.
And Zelma says, I've been trying new bulk stores. So far, so good.
Oh.
That's good.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody's been talking about Costco. The problem is that, we do have a Costco, but it's not exactly close to us, right? It's about half an hour away, if that.
Yeah.
So, not that we can't go there, but my biggest thing is I don't want to get to Costco, sign up for a membership, and all of a sudden, they dropped their DEI program.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what Bobby and I were having that discussion with. So right now we may just kind of hold off on Costco for a while, until we decide if they don't drop that program.
Yeah.
And another said, if we stand together, a change will come. Okay, Sam Cook. I like that. I like that.
By the river.
Yeah, and Zelma says she's not messing with Costco either. They're working on it. See?
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
That's why I was kind of hesitant.
Oh. Oh man.
So while you guys are at it, while we're sitting here kind of plotting things, make sure you go out and get the current edition of Pandemic Press Media Magazine with CG Wynn on the cover, and she's also our cover story. So it is a great interview in the book. Yes. I think you guys will love that. So make sure you go out and get that right now. And also, want to just flip over just real quick. We keep losing all these musical artists. And, of course, if you guys listen to Love Notes this past Sunday, not only was it long, I mean, it had to be the longest Love Notes I've ever done. But I'm not trying to brag or toot my own horn, but I would have to say of all the Love Notes I've ever done, I would say I put my heart and soul into that one. So I'd say that was probably my best Love Notes ever done. And it was over an hour long because I had so many people that I wanted to do a tribute for. And not only that, but as soon as this tribute was over, a few days later, we lose the great Roy Ayers. Everybody loves the sunshine. So
yes,
our condolences go out to him and his family. And then, the shocker of it all is this right here. For those of you who don't know who this gentleman is on your screen right now, shame on you. One of the best R&B legendary groups of all time, Tony, which you and I are, of course, big Tony fans, like many Tony fans. Mm-hmm. Dwayne Wiggins passed away. That was really sad. We had no idea that he was struggling and suffering with cancer.
Stomach cancer? Was it stomach cancer?
I'm not sure exactly which one it was.
I believe it was. Let me check this.
But yeah, just take a look at the screen there because this guy right here, it was all over social media and so many people had a chance to take her. I'm like, how many people did he know? Because everybody who I didn't think was taking a picture of him was taking a picture with him.
Damn,
yeah. So we just want to send our condolences out to.
And that was yesterday when he passed.
Yeah. His family as well.
And Raphael is his brother.
Yeah.
I knew they were all related somehow, but I didn't know that Dwayne and Raphael were brothers. I didn't know that. Because Raphael goes by Sadiq. So, who would think that you were?
Yeah.
He was born on Valentine's Day, 1961.
Wow.
Let me see. He had... My God, that was working through the bladder cancer.
Oh, wow.
It was bladder cancer.
Yeah. So yeah, Roy Ayers and Dwayne Wiggins. I mean, just after last week, we were just, I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. I don't know what to say. You're losing all these legends.
I just read something that I did not know. Raphael, Sadiq, and Dwayne are half brothers.
Oh.
They are half brothers. Raphael his name is actually Charles Ray Wiggins.
Charles Ray.
But then he started going as Raphael. I know Charles Lee Ray.
That character name sounds familiar. But we won't go into that right now.
And Timothy Christian Riley is the other gentleman that's in the band who plays the drums.
Okay. Yeah. I agree. You're such an amazing artist. Zelma said that, Sam's Club is linked to Walmart. That is correct.
Yes.
Danetta said that Love Notes was fire.
Mm.
You reminded me of a song I used to play by Vertical Hold. You mean Seems Too Much Too Busy? That is my favorite Vertical Hold song. I loved Vertical Hold, loved Angie Stone. I can't believe that a week later, we're talking about some two other people, and all these are so tragic.
That's true.
And so thank you for those of you who tuned in to Love Notes. I greatly appreciate your love and support. I know it was a long show, and just thank you. That meant a lot to me that you guys took the time to listen to it and actually enjoy it. Yeah, it just means a lot. And then I said so many deaths, sad, and Zelma says, "Oh man, amazing artist." Yeah,
I just found out something else. Do you know why they called themselves Tony? Because it doesn't make any sense. Nobody's name is Tony.
Not because of the Tonys, is it?
No.
Okay.
So apparently Dwayne was saying in a YouTube video that at school, when the teacher would take roll call, she wouldn't call him Dwayne. She would call him Tony. Who knows why? Just call him Tony. And then between he and his cousin, they would kind of make a joke out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like if somebody came into their house that looked better than them or something like that, they'd say, "Oh, that's a Tony. That's a Tony." And then when they had their first show, like their first gig, they were like, "Well, we don't have a name for our group." That's pretty funny.
How about Tony?
Yeah, how about Tony? Like, oh, that's a good idea.
That is funny.
That's kind of cute. So now you call somebody, hey, you call them a Tony if you think they look good. Or if you think they look better than you. Hey, Tony. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony. Tony.
Oh, man. Thank you, Zelma. You greatly appreciate that love and support. Zelma says she loves that story. And
it's cute. Huh?
Yeah. And thank you, Danetta. Again, definitely appreciate all of y'all's continued support. Yeah, quite honestly, the funny thing is, we do the next music podcast coming up are two back-to-back ones. We've got the Back to the 80s podcast and the Back to the 90s podcast. So, me being the programming music director and Sam of all trades, I get to decide what Bobby D and myself are going to be doing. So this young lady right here is going to be doing the Back to the 80s this month. I'll be doing Back to the 90s this month because you know how we rotate. And I couldn't think of a better way, unless something else happens, that
let's hope not.
We do a Tony tribute. One for the 80s, one for
Double
the 90s.
Play.
Yeah, 80s, 90s.
That sounds good.
You like that?
80s, 90s, double play.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be all Tony.
That's why I said double play.
Triple, quadruple. Yeah. This show might be an hour long, too.
That's okay.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter anymore for obvious reasons.
Yeah, right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think the funny thing is, I guess I can say this. We're not, it's not really restricted to so long anymore.
True.
Get it?
Get it.
So, so tomorrow, what's going to be coming up is the Crazy People Followers podcast. So I know you guys are. I know you guys have been waiting for this one.
Oh boy!
So it is
a good one.
Yeah, it is that time to bring the Crazy People Followers podcast back tomorrow. Now, we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. So yeah, you guys to make sure you tune in for that. It'll be ready for you at some point tomorrow. And just to let you know, all of our audio podcasts now, the way that they should go are on SoundCloud, Podbean, and Buzzsprout, with the exception of Crazy People Followers, which will also be included going back to Spotify. That is the only audio show that will be on all four. Everything else will be on the three that I just mentioned, which are SoundCloud, Podbean, and Buzzsprout.
Wow. Okay.
There's a reason method behind my madness
Now,
as
is
far
there
as
now?
that. So yes, I figured you guys will have some fun with that tomorrow. We'll have a lot to talk about.
That's the truth.
So it is women's. Wait a minute. It is Women's History Month, so we definitely want to.
And it's International Women's Day today.
Yeah, I posted that. Yeah, sorry, I posted that on social media.
It's
And
true.
actually, I meant to put this. I don't know why I didn't do that. Of course, you saw the post, right?
I did.
Okay, and I put someone very dear to my heart up there.
Yes, I like that picture.
Yeah, you look good in that picture too.
With my favorite color on.
Yeah. Real quick, I do want to mention something. I was going through my memories on social media, and it's hard to believe that 4 years ago on this day, my grandfather passed away.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
You know, I sit back and I think about him just as much as I think about my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I would have to say about my granddad is when he didn't want to listen to you, and I know he had the hearing aid, which was real
All they
funny.
have to do is turn it off.
I know. Especially with his friends, if his friends were getting on his nerve, he would go click and just turn it off. And he said, "Wait a minute, I can't hear what you're saying." Well, that was on purpose.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
That was definitely on purpose.
Well, I don't blame you if you don't want to hear the nonsense.
But it's really it really warmed my heart to know how much that he loved you. You know what I'm saying? And then he would tell you all these stories. Of course, some of the stories, I'm like, I think some of these stories he would exaggerate just a little bit longer. When you and I got together, I'm like, this story's like 15 minutes more than what it used to be.
Listen, he was 100 and we are not.
Yeah.
So we do not know if the stories are true or not. So all we have to do, because we weren't there, is just accept that it's true. That's all I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I say.
Yeah. Well,
we can't say that it's not true because we weren't there.
Yeah. Well, of course, we loved him dearly. And I used to love hearing some of the stories that he would tell me.
Some of the stories.
Well, the one thing about my granddad, I will say, is that I remember I was working at a grocery store and he would always come in like at least a couple times a week. Of course, my granddad was a ladies' man. And just like my dad, I felt like I had to beat the women off with a stick.
I believe it.
Like, hey, grandson. And
he was a tall one too.
Yeah, he was tall. Mm-hmm. He was real tall. And I remember the one place that you never want to work at when you were working in grocery is the lottery machine.
Truth.
Well, I remember working the lottery machine. Of course, many times I would be so good at the lottery machine. I don't know how that is. They would put me there and I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be out, with the crowd, mingling and stuff like that. But no, they put me in at the window for the lottery machine. And when the lottery machine would go down, who would be the one getting the blame for it? The person running the lottery machine.
Of course.
Well, a lot of times their satellite units would go down. I'm like, hey, you got to come back in like 3 hours.
Well, that's true.
But granddad would have his little rap sheet numbers. And, hey, grandson, I want you, here's what I want you to do. I'm like,
oh, boy.
And then I'd be entering all this stuff in. And, I remember telling my mom this story. My mom was just cracking. She's like, your granddad did that? Yeah. Like, you weren't there when he walked in the grocery store. But, one of the nicest guys ever.
That's right.
To be. And like I said, he would have been 104 today. Yeah. So, definitely miss him dearly. He was my mom's dad, Donetta, just to let you know. So
that's very true.
But miss him. He was a riot.
Yes, he was.
He's definitely a riot. So with it being Women's History Month. I didn't know if you wanted to do a game today later on too, and have some
We
topics
could.
for us. Or
We could. Well, the first thing is that every year since 1995, the President of the United States chooses the theme of what the Women's History Month is. Now, I don't know if it's the current president or maybe the president the year before gets to choose, whatever.
what is it this year? Be best.
No, it is called Moving Forward Together is the theme. Now,
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if the current administration did that simply because I know that they are rolling back on lots of things. So I'm going to assume that maybe it was President Biden that came up with that, for this time.
Right.
We don't know what's going to happen for the years to come, but there are some powerful quotes for Women's History Month. One is, every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We're stronger when we cheer each other on. And I totally agree with that. And I don't know, Macy, there's so many ones. But anyway, since 1995, each president has issued an annual proclamation designating the month of March as Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. Oh, okay. So it's the National Women's History Alliance that selects the yearly theme. So that's good to know. Okay, so that's good to know. So the National Women's History Alliance selects the theme, but the president has to issue an annual proclamation. So I don't know if that will happen next year.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? There's a lot going on. However, Women's History Month, let's see. Please excuse me, my phone moves a little bit slow. Subsequent presidents continued to proclaim a National Women's History Week in March until 1987, when Congress passed Public Law 100-9 designating March as Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
So between 1988 and 1994, Congress passed additional resolutions requesting and authorizing the president to proclaim March of each year as Women's History Month. Again, this one is actually, it's a little bit longer than I thought. The theme this year is Moving Forward Together, Women Educating and Inspiring Generations. So if you would like to learn more about the history of Women's History Month, definitely visit the Library of Congress. That's another wonderful thing. You could go to womenshistory.org. That's also a great, just a vast bunch of knowledge to learn. I myself have always been, I get inspiration from lots of things, of course, but I am inspired by women poets like the late Maya Angelou.
Mm-hmm.
I'm extremely inspired by women athletes. I love that. My favorite of all time, of course, is also your favorite female athlete of all time, I'm sure.
Florence Griffith Joyner.
Otherwise known as
FloJo.
FloJo.
Yeah.
We still love FloJo.
Yeah.
She's been gone a long time.
Yeah.
But just completely inspired by her because she too ran the sprints.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did when I was in high school before I got injured.
Mm-hmm.
So, absolutely inspired by that. And of course, um, just by the women in our families and what they've done. They might not have done it on a grandiose, you know, international scale, uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but they those who have gone on and those who are present uh, are very strong and amazing, and we are uplifted. I'm uplifted every day by their strength and resilience. And I even am inspired by my little ones. My little girls also are, my boys are amazing too. My boys are amazing too. But my little girls, I love to see, now this is so funny because the people always laugh at me when I say this. I love when I might have a messy craft, you know, available for us to do. Okay, we're going to
Right.
get messy, and we'll let the parents know maybe the day before. You may not want to dress your children up in their Sunday best when they come to preschool,
Mm-hmm.
because we're going to get
Okay.
messy and we're going to get paint on. You know, we'll definitely have, um, you know, smocks and stuff like that for them to cover up, but maybe keep the little bow ties and cute, you know, the cute dresses away today, because
Keep the
we are
Easter
going to,
outfits away.
absolutely, because we are going to be a hot mess. And the parents
Okay.
may go ahead and dress them as such, but I love it when a cute little girl in a pink frilly dress gets messy and like just pulls up the sleeve. And Mrs. Cubbage, I want to get in there and get glue on my hands and dirt, and I love that because you could still be beautiful and messy. You could be a beautiful, beautiful mess. And I love that about my little ones now. And I'll say to my teaching partner, I'm like, oh, look at little one over there. She's a mess. Like my poor
Right.
partner, she'll say, oh my goodness. So no, but she's having fun. She doesn't care. She looks beautiful, but she doesn't care that she is covered in snack or dirt or glue or paint
Or goo.
or goo or goo, which
Or
is,
goo.
yes, or
Yeah.
snot
Or it's
or
not. Yeah.
what.
Okay. Well, that's the fun
But I
part
love
about
that.
that's the fun part about seeing you know, your little ones,
Yes,
you know,
I
how
love
much
it.
you smile when you're around them as well.
I do. I
You
do.
know, and you do such a great job at it too.
Don't be trying to be my friend now. Don't try to be my friend. But I will tell you something that was so cute, and I love when I do this, but it's a huge mess for me. But I have an amazing group of teachers that also will help. One teacher in particular that will jump in and help, like, oh goodness, Mrs. Cubbage is going to make a mess out of this here. So the other day, the kids at the community center, it was a spirit day at
Right.
school.
Okay.
So pretty much everybody came in wearing red. So everybody had on their red. And blah, blah, oh, Mrs. Cubbage, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And I was like, oh goodness, this, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's going on. I guess spring fever is starting early. And I know I'm crazy. Those of you who are out there who've dealt with children and or are parents, I know you're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this. I love putting shaving cream on the tables and just let them go for it. Now, this is what's funny. You would think the boys would have wanted to be involved with that, and that the girls would stand back and go, ugh. No, it was the other way around. And I have one little girl had this cute little red dress with a little tulle in it and little velvet, little crushed velvet on there. Oh my goodness, she was a mess. She was
she was
covered, just covered in shaving cream and
shaving cream.
Yeah, I put shaving cream on the table.
Oh,
I sprayed shaving cream on the tables, and they just go. They love it. I do it in preschool. I do it there since I have the youngest ones, and they'll. Oh my god! The first thing, oh my goodness, I haven't done this since I was in preschool. Now some of them are in kindergarten, which means you haven't done it since last year. Okay, so anyway, but that's just me. I'm not being sassy.
To them,
I'm
that's
just
a
saying,
big difference.
it was a big deal.
It's a step up.
It's a step up, right?
They're moving up,
moving on up in the world. So they're just and so they. I'm like, please try not to get it on your clothes, no matter how much you say that. But it doesn't matter because you all know, shaving cream, whatever. It's gonna wash off.
I can vouch for that.
It's gonna wash off. So they're covered. And they don't remember that it's not shaving cream. They always call it whipped cream. I'm like, no, this is not whipped cream. Whipped cream you can eat. You cannot eat this. Daddy put shaving cream on his face so he could shave. Mommy might put shaving cream on her legs so she could shave her legs. You cannot eat this. Mrs. Cubbage, I need more whipped cream. I need more, like, it's shaving cream.
Oh,
so it's spraying this and it's all over. And the one that had the little dress on, it was all in her hair. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then of course she gets called to leave. Of course. Of course.
Oh man.
So the shaving cream is all over the table, which is fine because it's always a mess. So I expect to clean up the mess. So I'm not mad about cleaning up that mess. She's covered literally from here down with shaving cream. You wonder why? Because she's leaning over the table and reaching over and grabbing all the shaving. She's the smallest thing in the room, grabbing all the shaving cream and going to bat with the older ones who are in first grade. She wants this shaving cream. And she is not messing around. She wants to play with this shaving cream. So it's from here down, and Dad shows up, and I'm like, oh God. I'm like, well, at least let me get it out of your hair. Let me help you get it out of your hair. But Dad just laughed. He just laughed and was like, Mrs. Cuppin, it's fine. I said, Dad, all it is shaving cream. He's like, no problem. And his daughter runs up and she's like, Daddy, shaving cream washes off. And I said, honey, Daddy knows that shaving cream washes off. I'm sure Daddy had shaving cream on his face today, probably this morning before he left to go to work. And so she's just covered and just puts her jacket over top of the mess.
It was a mess, huh?
It was a mess, but I loved it. It was a fun mess.
Okay.
It was a mess that could be cleaned up. And then one of my coworkers, she came in and she herself is a mom, and she goes, oh, I said, no, don't worry about it. You don't have to help me clean it. And by the time I had gotten the little girl out with her dad, it was clean.
Okay.
Just like that. Just like that. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I had to tell that story on this wonderful International Women's Day.
Well, there you go. There you have it. It's always nice to hear your stories about the kids, the things that...
I scared 2 people away, though.
Oh, brother. Hey, I must have missed some in the comments there.
Sorry about that, sir.
Thank you, Danette. I greatly appreciate that. She said, Zelma says, yep, Biden's warnings. Hey, Robert. Hey, good morning to you. She said, just wanted to say hi, working and can't stay long.
We totally understand that. Thanks for stopping through.
Says hello. Oh, okay. He must have left. Oops, sorry. Must have left that. Well, then again, at Betbury, so he couldn't stay long.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Dropped in for a minute.
That's true.
So hope he has a good day.
Yeah, thanks for stopping through.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in. Zelma says, ew, not the snot. Then the nutter was laughing
That's
at
true.
me,
That's
talking
true.
to Robert. And they were both talking to Robert. Okay.
Yeah, you don't know what you could have on you by the end of the day.
Yeah,
when you're teaching.
Yeah. Speaking of Women's History Month, we were watching something on GMA this morning, and they had a little segment on there about women mechanics, right?
Oh yeah. That was actually pretty cool.
That was probably the coolest thing. And it was this lady, well, she looked really young, right?
I thought she looked rather young
But
myself.
she said she had how old did she say? 13?
I think she had a few children, right?
Yeah.
Like 4 children?
Yeah, 4? Oh.
Was it 4?
I must have missed that.
Was it 3? But it was more than just one. It was more than just one child.
I remember her saying something about a 13-year-old, but then, because it's Women's History Month and the fact that, she did something that you wouldn't think a lady, like a woman or a lady would do. And I was just like, go ahead, girl. I ain't mad at you, because this lady is a mechanic, an auto mechanic. She works on vehicles. She's all up under the hood and underneath the car. I was like,
and the guys don't think she could do it.
Yeah, well, you know what?
But they're
wrong because she started her own business and she's the boss.
Yes.
And because she put that on TikTok, now her business is booming.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
And then you said, well, and we both said, well, it doesn't hurt that she's attractive too.
Yes, she's a pretty lady.
Not only is she pretty, but she's smart.
Yes.
And she knows about cars.
And she's powerful.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I love it.
I love seeing stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, the thing that women can do anything. Yeah. I mean, there's one thing that a woman almost did. I'm not going to get into that.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
But a woman can do anything. And,
yes.
and my stance on women.
Yes.
Like, I love you all. You're all.
Yes.
I'm a big advocate for women, for women's rights, and anything that a woman can do, I say go for it.
The White House also made a proclamation, and it's on whitehouse.gov. If you are interested in taking a look,
mm-hmm.
You could certainly do that.
Sure.
We don't name names.
No.
Here, so.
No, we don't.
So, please feel free to check out that proclamation that is there. They say that they honor American women of all generations and all backgrounds who've been integral to our prosperity and productivity. I wonder who actually wrote that. And was that actually, well, anyway, at any rate, so there is a proclamation.
Being bad.
But no.
Okay.
I'm not.
You have every right to.
Truth, but I'm gonna be good today.
Okay. No, she said today.
Yes. I know that people are probably also wondering why today, March 8th, is National Women's Day. So March 8th, 1917, factory women workers of the city launched a strike protesting bread shortages. That's very interesting.
Bread shortages?
Bread shortages. So it ended up being a protest march that day on March 8th, 1917. Let me dig a little deeper here. A strike protesting bread. Men soon joined in solidarity with slogans of bread. That was the slogan.
Really?
Bread.
Really? That's all we as men could do?
Well,
bread.
Bread.
Just hold up a sign and say bread.
Bread. That's
bread.
Well,
what good is that?
Men like bread.
Yeah, but they could have done more than that.
You all like bread, right?
Yeah. Hey, Frugal Mama. Good morning to you.
Oh, good morning, Frugal Mama.
Hope all is well with you.
How you doing?
Good to have you here.
Yeah, we're talking about
Bread.
bread.
Well,
Women's Day.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Bread is
Women's
the last
Month.
thing that was in my head.
And
Well, only
the
because of what you
women-led
said.
protest decide the fate of Russia. That's what that is. And so the men joined the protest, and their slogan was bread.
Gee, it didn't take a rocket scientist to I mean, seriously, that's all they could do.
And they had another slogan: down with the Tsar. The Tsars had ruled Russian politics for more than 300 years. Actually, it kind of looks like it might be jumping back in there again. But there were shop looting and violent uprisings, which developed into an all-out revolution. So keep that in mind. That comes from, let me see, what is this? This is international, what is that? What is this website?
It's at India Today.
I
don't think that was.
No. I don't think that's what
India
that was.
Today. Oh.
Let me see that one. Oh, that's weird. Okay, now where did it go?
So if they were having issues with bread back in 1917 and the men were standing up saying bread, holding up signs or whatnot, and down with the Tsar and all those things. Yeah. So which leads me to my next question right now. What about the price of eggs?
Well, the price of eggs back then or the price of eggs right now? Right now, huh?
Wasn't that supposed to go down?
That is correct. However, from what everyone now knows,
we need a certain kind of hen to get good at. Whether we need to have different color hens? Do we need to have a purple hen, a green hen, a red hen?
No.
To get lower eggs.
What we now know is that the White House, no matter who's in the White House, though many of us have said that before, no matter who's in the White House, the cost of groceries doesn't have anything to do with it. So the President of the United States cannot bring down the cost of groceries. Yes.
We sure about that?
Positive. Mm-hmm. Now, the bird flu is almost under control. So we are hoping that maybe the cost of eggs will come back down. However, now that egg prices are up and double and maybe triple, maybe even triple, I believe personally that now that the farmers know that people will buy the eggs at no matter what price they are, especially if you need them, I don't believe that the cost is going to go down. Because if you will buy eggs, we were buying eggs before at like $2, $3 a dozen. Now it's up to about $10.
Maybe even $4, depending on like what you were getting.
Right. So now it's 10 plus, and you're still willing to buy 12 eggs.
I haven't seen $10 yet.
Or more.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Well, I haven't been looking for eggs. See, Zelma says, well, number one, she said, it's hard to stay politically correct for me. Y'all rock. And then she said, I'm boycotting eggs too.
Yes, actually.
Does that go for egg substitute?
Egg substitute, I bet, has probably also gone up, I would imagine.
I bet people are probably going for that instead.
Depending on the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the cost.
Because we've done egg substitutes before.
Yes. And I was reading that there are other substitutions for eggs. For instance, if you like tofu,
I've eaten them.
I know. You,
I've eaten them. Yeah.
yes.
I mean, I don't have a problem with
But
it.
I feel like that would be kind of a strange substitute
Well,
for eggs.
tastes nothing like.
No.
And I mean, hey, I've had sweet and sour tofu before, so
I was going to say, yes,
no, I've had General Tso's tofu before, so I can't
True.
say, like I said, I mean, you can incorporate tofu in so many different things, but I wouldn't think they would take the place of eggs.
I have to agree.
Unless you shape the tofu like an egg. But I don't know how you can do that because it's,
Yeah, that's what I found that a little bit odd to be a substitute for an egg.
Yeah, but I have had General Tso's tofu before.
But you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, you weren't eating meat, but if you think about it, sauces there, you're not really,
So other egg substitutes. Okay, so they've got on the Pioneer Woman.
Oh, you got 13 of them.
There are 13 egg substitutes.
Let's get down. Let's see what they got.
Okay, let's see here. And I wonder if this is mostly for like if you want to bake something, but
if you're on a diet or something.
Possibly, but there are plenty of recipes that skip eggs entirely. Oh,
what is that?
I have never heard of this. Okay, this is called Aqua Faba.
I am not buying that.
AQUAFABA.
I don't even like
never
the sound
heard of that.
It. What is it made from?
It's the liquid from canned chickpeas.
I like chickpeas.
It makes a great binder on its own, but you can also whip the liquid to create an egg-free meringue.
Oh,
that I did not
know.
But
I like chickpeas.
Right, so do I.
Okay.
Oh.
Vinegar and baking soda. How in the world?
Oh.
Are you supposed to eat?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I guess you could use that as a
base.
A base for cookies or something.
Oh, wow.
But that.
I don't know about that.
So you would take 1 tablespoon distilled white vinegar,
which we have,
or apple cider vinegar, plus 1 teaspoon of baking soda. That would equal 1 egg. I wouldn't suggest eating that for breakfast or anything.
No, liquid egg substitute.
That's what we were talking about.
Okay, I can live with that. We've had that before.
So.
Powdered egg replacement?
Powdered eggs, that's true. I forgot that they do have the powdered eggs. So you could use that. I don't know that I would like that.
Flax seeds and warm water.
Yes. Flax seeds. So you take a tablespoon of finely ground flax seeds plus 3 tablespoons of water plus 10 minutes will equal 1 egg.
That's interesting. It's a lot of different substitutes here.
Yeah. Vegetable oil, baking powder, and water.
That might be rough on your stomach.
I don't know, but 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil, plus 1 teaspoon of baking powder, plus 1.5 tablespoons of water equals 1 egg.
Zelma's got a question.
Yes.
Zelma's asking, how do you mix the powdered kind?
Okay, let's see what they have here. The powder.
That's a good question, Zelma. Seriously.
Well, the formulations vary. They are often a mix of other ingredients that mimic the structure and leavening qualities of eggs when mixed with water. Oh, okay. So this isn't very helpful, but they're saying follow the instructions on the package for exact substitution swaps. So I don't think that's very helpful. I don't know if that answered your question at all. That didn't answer the question.
Maybe we can get that answer somewhere.
I'll see if I can find that before we go.
Yeah. That's a good question though.
Applesauce.
Love applesauce.
So you can take a 1/4 cup. All right, come on now. I can't stand these pop-ups. All right. Oh, there we go.
She said the smart answer for I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yes,
That's what I'm thinking that they
basically.
don't know. I'm thinking that they don't know.
Mashed banana.
Mashed banana.
Now it might be good for me, but you can't stand bananas.
Yeah, especially if they're squishy.
Mm-hmm.
But I like banana bread.
Yeah, I could deal with bananas.
Chia seed and water.
What exactly is chia seed? I know I've heard of those.
We have them.
Oh, we do? Oh.
And arrowroot powder and water.
Arrowroot powder?
I've never heard of arrowroot. I don't even know what that is. But it's a binding, apparently. It's a binding powder.
Sounds like something you use to glue your table leg.
Yeah.
Just like
yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
Soy protein powder and water.
Okay, that I've heard of. Okay. People love yogurt.
Ah,
there we go.
Love yogurt.
Now we're getting somewhere. Yogurt. Okay. And tofu.
Silken tofu.
It's tofu.
So those are the substitutes.
Yeah, it's tofu.
Now let's see the powdered egg. Let's see if we can find something about how to mix the powdered egg, like what to mix it with.
Oh, Zama was asking me, you don't remember the Chia Pet, Sam? Yeah, I remember the Chia Pets. Chia.
That's the truth. I want a Chia Pet.
You still want one?
No.
Oh.
Let me see. Mixing.
Do you like chia seeds?
Mixing egg substitute. No.
Honestly, Zoma, I probably did have chia seeds before. Bobby says that we have some somewhere, so I'll go into one of our drawers or somewhere that we keep the baking stuff, and I'll browse through there and see if we have any chia seeds, which
we do.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, egg powder substitute. Boy, this is really wild because it's a shame that we have to even think about looking for substitutions for certain things.
Well, she said they are so good for you. Oh, I believe it. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I'll maybe I can incorporate that somehow then. Yeah, thank you, Zelma. I appreciate that. She says, I throw them on salads or sandwiches. Salads or salad. Kind of like how you put your
sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds on your salads.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Zelma. That's a good. I might try that, especially with the salads.
Okay. Yeah. It's. Oh, you know what, Zelma? Nobody really has any real
answers.
Yeah, they don't really have any real answers about how to mix the egg powder substitute. That's really weird. Yeah, that's strange that nobody.
Yeah.
Like that maybe. Okay, I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna try to get this because there's this one talking about baking a cake. So if you're trying to bake a cake, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's alternative ways to make cakes without eggs.
Right, with the egg substitutes.
Look at the Cinnaholic.
That's very true. That's very true. Of course. My phone wants to move slow now whenever we're looking for something. Whenever we're looking. I'll try to see if I can find anything.
Use mine.
Okay. Okay, you go for it. I'm sure it's go for it. Oh yeah, see.
Yeah.
You got it.
Do what you want. What are we looking for?
How to mix the egg substitute. Yeah, my and Reddit is being crazy. I'm even telling it that. Okay, but I want them to
how to mix egg substitute.
Yes. I plan on baking. Like I got all kinds of. What is this?
Everything you just mentioned is all right here.
Really?
To mix egg substitute, for those of you in here, yeah. Yeah, for those of you listening to this, to mix an egg substitute, depending on the type you're using, simply combine the required amount of the substitute with the necessary liquid like water in a small bowl, stirring until smooth. For example, to make a chia egg, mix 1 tablespoon of chia seeds with 3 tablespoons of warm water and let it sit for a few minutes to gel before using in your recipe.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's kind of what you said.
So I guess it's just okay. I guess it is just water, and maybe try to get it to the consistency, um, that you like. I've never actually tried egg substitute, but
I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? To be honest with you, I didn't miss it. I didn't miss.
I mean, the egg powder.
Oh, powder? No, never
egg
tried
substitute,
that.
Yes, but the egg
Never
egg
tried
powders.
the egg powder. I'll try the egg powder. I have no problem using that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make egg powder?
What is in the egg powder actually?
Well,
that is a fine question.
How do you make it?
Okay.
Is what it says here.
Uh-huh.
Use the wet dry method. Eggs are beaten, spread on a fruit roll sheet.
What? This is how to make the egg powder?
Yes, this is how you make egg powder. Using a wet dry method, eggs are beaten. So you beat them, I guess.
Okay, so egg powder
I guess you got to beat
is
it like
actually
an egg.
Made with a real egg then.
Yeah, must be. Spread on a fruit roll sheet in a dehydrator. Do we have one of those?
Yes, somewhere.
For 10 to 12 hours.
Oh, wow.
You sure about that? And then pulverized into powder using a blender. It says transfer dried eggs in a coffee grinder or blender and process to a fine powder.
Yeah.
Hope that answers the question for that.
Oh no.
Selma said, "Okay, thanks. I bought a bag right before all this mess." She said, "Curtis Jr. looked at me like, ew."
I bet he did.
Probably not.
No, I'm sure he did.
But I bet when the project was finished, he was okay with it.
It depends.
Then Zelma said, "Bake a cake with those substitutes." 101. Sheesh.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, very strange. Very, very. I don't know. That might be a lot.
Yeah.
That might be a bit. That might be a bit much.
But yeah. So we're gonna, trying to try our hand in different substitutes. Yeah. We still have eggs here, but you notice I'm not trying to fight every day to, like, I need to get eggs, So.
Yeah, that's true. Did you see the little skit this young man was doing? And it was real cute. I don't know where I saw it, but anyway, he had a dozen eggs, and he's walking around trying to buy stuff. So he was like in the hood. It was real cute, and he's going around buying stuff. Hey man, how much for that hubcap right there? Oh man, I'm gonna need at least 4 of those eggs. 4 eggs? No, you better take these 2 eggs and be done with this and give me this. Okay. So he was going all around. It was so funny.
He's looking for eggs.
No, he was paying for stuff using the eggs he had.
That's funny.
It was real cute. Okay. It was real cute. But it's not. He was making a joke, but he wasn't wrong.
No.
He wasn't wrong. So, at any rate.
Yes. So, anything else you wanted to discuss while we're here?
Well, I was going to say something smart, but I'm not going to. I won't say it.
You behave.
I was just going to ask you. I won't do it.
You can ask me.
What about Hillary's emails?
Yeah, what about them? Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing after all this time,
That's all I had to say.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost says we went from gas to milk to toilet paper to eggs.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll be getting newspapers and using that to
Ugh.
wipe ourselves with.
Ugh.
Or leaves, also, or get some
Leaves.
leaves or something from outside.
Just make sure they're not poison ivy.
Yeah, right.
Remember, poison ivy has the 3 leaves on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wouldn't know what a poison ivy looked like.
Yeah, Danetta's cracking up while she's looking.
Danetta, we need to know.
Yeah.
About those emails.
Yeah, we do.
We need to know.
Yeah. Before you start checking our emails. Yeah.
Well, they're not going to find anything. So good luck.
Oh, they're going to find this junk mail I talked about. Yeah, there's $20 off at so-and-so. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, right.
Whatever. But
it is what it is, I suppose.
So again, guys, make sure that you go out and get this copy of Pandemic Press Media Magazine with CJ Wynn. Would greatly appreciate it. She would too. And yeah, she's actually doing big things. I'm looking forward to her newest book coming out soon.
Yes, that is correct.
So can't wait for that. Also, tomorrow we will have the newest podcast for you, the Crazy People Follow Us podcast. That'll be ready for you on our audio side. That's kind of hard to believe. It's the 728th episode of our audio podcast.
Yeah.
Wow, it's hard to believe. Crazy. So again, that's going to be available on this time. For this episode, it's going to be on 4 streaming services. So SoundCloud, Podbean, Buzzsprout, and Spotify. Spotify will be included on this one as well, but just for this one, there'll be 4 sources that you can listen to the show.
That sounds good.
So hopefully you guys will have some fun with that. And we want you to make sure you click, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Give this video, give this show a thumbs up. And, you can join us live every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on our YouTube channel, the CCI Radio Show. We did find out that we had 1 new subscriber. So whoever you are, thank you for subscribing. We would like to get a couple more. That's not hard to ask.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, it's not hard to ask. I mean, it's just, somebody do it. But
well, we'll see.
But thank you for subscribing. Wherever you are, we definitely appreciate you. And we've been doing this thing for 13 years and counting.
That is correct.
Okay. So thank you so much to all of you.
Yes, thank you. We hope that you guys have a great weekend. It's supposed to be a little cool this weekend, at least here, but then the weather is supposed to
change for the better.
Yes, let's hope it stays that way.
It's going to be in the 60s. How is that even? Yeah, it's like, wow. I mean, finally, spring is
hopefully springing.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget to turn your clocks ahead.
Yeah,
we are to spring forward.
Thank you for mentioning that. And that's what I had in the title of this episode. Yes. I can't believe I forgot about it. So
spring ahead.
Yeah, you heard what Bobby D said. We are going to be lighter just a little bit longer now.
A little bit every day.
Does that mean it's going to be getting lighter later?
Yeah, it's going to stay lighter later.
I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is in the mornings now it's going to be dark.
Yes.
Dang, that's what I don't like. So when I get up in the morning, it'll be all dark. Pitch dark?
Ish. But okay. No, it'll still change. We'll have more daylight.
More daylight.
Yes.
Okay.
And nightlight.
All right. So yeah, like I said, I'd rather have it daylight extended.
Yes.
Exactly. Like everybody else.
Indeed. Indeed.
I like the daylight. I know the song is I love the nightlife, but I love the daylight.
I got to boogie. Am I showing my age?
No.
Okay.
No, you don't have to show your age with that. I like the song.
But I know your age.
No, yours too. You're no more than 30.
Do.
They're not like us. That's true. They're not like us.
They're not like us.
Now, what I want you to do is squabble up.
Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up.
And then we got to go to that store and get that mustard.
Oh my goodness. All right, so we gotta speak on that now. You should have brought that up. We're only gonna take up your time for just a couple more seconds. So we were, of course, everybody knows who Mustard is, and we were watching a YouTube video yesterday of a guy who was talking about mustard, and
I like mustard.
Me too. You like the mustard person or mustard the condiment?
Mustard the condiment.
Okay. And this guy has a I don't even know what his name is. There's this huge following, which we're not.
Oh yeah, we got to find him again.
We're not down in him, but I thought we brought out more thoughtful content. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but he was talking about how Heinz, which is here in Pennsylvania, Heinz ketchup and mustard are all over the place, but it originated here. Heinz is from here. John H. Heinz from here. And so he was this guy was talking about how somebody, I don't know who did this, but there was a blinged out Heinz mustard bottle. And of course in the background they show the blinged out mustard bottle, and then of course the person goes, mustard. So, and the guy that was like, I guess he was critiquing this video or whatever.
Yeah.
He is losing it. Like, he just cannot keep himself together. And granted, it was maybe, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Maybe I'm just old, but I didn't find anything funny about a blinged out mustard bottle. Now, of course, it's screaming, mustard! Now, that is funny. Okay, that is funny. But the guy wouldn't stop laughing. And I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I get laughing because of screaming mustard. I get that. But was he laughing because they scream mustard, or the bottle is blinged out, or
maybe because the bottle's blinged out?
But that's not funny.
No, it's not. It really wasn't.
I need to ask some younger people. Maybe I'll show it to my kiddos and ask them, is it funny?
Oh yeah, they'll be able to tell you.
Can they tell me if it's funny?
Yeah, they'll be able to tell you.
Are the preschoolers and the after school kids too young for me to try this on? Or should I try to get some teenagers?
I say the after schoolers.
Okay, because I can't say that I found that funny. Screaming mustard is funny. I would say that part is funny. But then after he's mustard, okay, now I'm done.
Well, we need to find this out.
I'm done now. Like I'm done. I screamed mustard.
We need to find this out.
But is it funny? I just want to know what was fun. And he went on for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes maybe.
Screaming mustard.
And he was watching the video. He was watching a video. So how you brought up like CG Win and the crazy people follow us and stuff. He brought it up.
Might be a segment on there.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. He brought up, so like on your half, you'll be him, and on my half is the video playing, like the commercial for Heinz mustard.
Mm-hmm.
And so the mustard bottle was blinged out, and then when they moved the blinged out bottle out of the way, just the word and the voice over mustard went across the thing, and the dude kept stopping it and laughing like this was the funniest thing he'd ever heard of ever.
I guess I don't get it.
That's what I was wondering. Like, is it just
we'll need to
Is it a
We'll
generational
look at this
thing?
again.
Is it a generational thing?
Could be.
Should we show it to our parents? Would they think it was funny?
No, they would not think it's funny.
Okay. So if our parents don't think it's funny, and I thought it was a little bit funny, right? This dude must be a little bit younger than us. So maybe that generation thinks it's funny.
They probably do.
Maybe they all think it's funny.
I think you need to ask your after schoolers.
But the after schoolers are younger than that guy.
Well, man, you never know. You never know what answer you might get.
Mustard!
They might think it's cool.
Mustard?
Yeah, they might think mustard's cool.
Or the blinged out bottle.
Both.
Because the blinged out bottle was cool. And I bet our friend Breeze from Breeze Blings could bling out a mustard bottle.
And a ketchup bottle.
And a ketchup bottle. She could bling out anything. But would she? But would she find it funny if she blinged out a Heinz mustard bottle? Or would she find it offensive because somebody was laughing at the blinged out bottle?
She would probably be mad because they were laughing at the blinged out bottle.
Right, because she would have blinged out the bottle. So that's why I think that the blinged out bottle wasn't the funny part. Because the blinged out bottle would be cool.
Probably screaming mustard. Probably was. Who knows?
But I didn't get it. Like, it was funny at first, but he just wouldn't stop laughing. It just wasn't, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll have to.
Then it wasn't funny anymore. Like, he just kept laughing. And so at first, like, when somebody is laughing hysterically, then you start laughing, right? So now you're laughing, everybody's having fun. But then he just kept laughing and stopping the video and just kept laughing. And I was like, okay, I'm bored now. I'm done. I'm done now. I didn't feel like it was funny anymore.
Really wasn't.
It wasn't funny anymore. Mustard!
And I could tell.
And I was like, okay, that's funny. Okay. That part is funny. That's funny.
Hilarious.
I'm not laughing anymore.
That is hilarious.
Just not funny anymore. I don't know. Mustard!
Well, we'll look into
Zelma
that.
said teens.
Yeah, teens. And then she said they sound strange and bored.
Yes, it was strange. It was strange.
Well, Danetta says...
It was strange.
Danetta was saying, great show as always. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Then she says, I need that change because I'm tired of coming home at night and it's dark.
Yes, agreed.
And then she said, before we start talking about the mustard... Well, she didn't say that. But before we started talking about mustard, she says, I'm off 4 days. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. Now, how'd you get 4 days off?
Yeah, right. Let's talk about that.
Now watch this. How'd you get 4 days off, Miss Work all the time?
Spring break.
Are you on spring break? How did that happen? I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Now you just gotta run around.
Hey, I'm just being funny.
Run around the house with a mustard bottle. Mustard!
Got one in the fridge. But I'm not gonna do that.
You don't want to run around here?
No.
Mustard!
No, because people run around now. Like a bunch of crazy people. Case in point, we might have to put that on tomorrow's show.
We might, but we've got a really good story though.
Yeah.
This time it's not all about the neighbors.
Oh yes. She said, I think she was answering my question. She said, I finally used my PTO day. Finally used my PTO days because Bobby knows there's a lot going on at the job. I needed a break. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, enough said. Won't ask no more questions. Hey, I get you. Trust me. I got you, sis. That's cool. Yeah, like you said, we're going to have, I think Crazy People Follow Us tomorrow is going to be really interesting. So you guys want to make sure that whenever you get a chance to listen to it, make sure you do. I think you might have a couple laughs as well.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. For real.
For real.
For real, though.
For real, though.
Word up.
Word up. Mustard!
That might be on there.
That might be on there. It could be on there.
Anything else, Bobby D, before we cut on out of here?
No, that's it. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today on our own craziness. And thank you for the prayers and well wishes. I feel pretty good, as you could tell. I didn't really lose much energy, but
No, she doesn't.
just a little,
It was funny because yesterday was a little bit, well, can't say crazy for you because it really wasn't, but
yeah. I was just wipe my nose a lot, but
I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Leave that." I was like, "Don't touch that." No, I'm just joking. Like, here, take this. Take that. Don't do that. Take this. Nope. Sit down. Don't.
Yes.
Don't do that. Nope. Don't do anything.
Yes.
So, she said, "I pray you get some rest."
Thank you, Danetta. I pray that happens too, but it doesn't look like that's going to
I'll make sure she does at some point.
But thank you. Yes, at some point. At some point.
But yeah, so make sure you guys follow all of our stuff this coming week. So this week we have Tuesday Talks, of course. We have Crazy People follow us tomorrow on Daylight Savings Time. We have for Wednesday, Tuesday Talks, etiquette class this week, a new coverage critiques for you, a new cooking from Mrs. Coverage for you. And Lord willing, next Saturday, we'll be back with the CCI radio show live at 10 a.m. Eastern right here on our YouTube channel.
Yes. Oh, and I did want to say, because when we come back, it's going to be the day after. But I know everybody's going to be like, what are you talking about? But if you are a fancier of Shakespeare, right? Shakespeare and Julius Caesar, beware the Ides of March. That is Friday, the Ides of March. And everybody's probably wondering, what is she talking about?
I'm not.
The Ides of March is on the 14th. And also, isn't it Pi?
I think it is Pi.
Isn't that also Pi Day?
It is Pi Day.
So, really quick. The Ides of March. Do they really have a movie or something called The Ides of March? All right. So the Ides of March is a day in the Roman calendar that is associated with misfortune and doom. So beware the Ides of March. However, really, it was the day when Julius Caesar was assassinated. So if you remember, Julius Caesar and all that stuff from high school, that's where that comes from. So beware the Ides of March. And also, I do believe that the 14th, let me just check. March 14th is Pi Day, right? Yes. And there's also Pi Day, an annual celebration of the mathematical consistent pi. Pi Day is observed on March 14th since 3, 1, and 4 are the first three significant figures of pi. And it was first celebrated in the United States. So go out and have some type of pie.
I'm assuming that's going to be the Mrs. Coverage.
Pie, yes. But you know what? You could have a pizza pie. You could have a fruit pie. What kind of pie should we do? Or I could just buy a pie and talk about it. Do you want me to make a pie? I can make a pizza pie. Or a fruit pizza.
Got a lot of different ideas, sir.
Yeah.
So okay, well, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it.
But yeah, thank you guys for coming along to Key Lime. Key Lime.
There you go.
There we go, sis. We're here. Pie. We're here. Key Lime Pie. That's one of my faves right there. That's the way to get to my heart right there. Key Lime Pie. I
could bust out the pizza maker.
Make a key lime pie. No, yeah, key lime pie.
I don't know. Maybe.
Key lime pie. Let's talk about that off record.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, thank you again.
That's it.
Thank you guys for tuning in and joining us today. We greatly appreciate your continued support. Make sure you give this video and show a thumbs up. Make sure you click like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See if you can get more people to subscribe to our channel. We greatly appreciate it. And thank you for those that are here and continue to rock and roll with us.
That's right. Thank you so much, everybody. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend, and we will see you soon. Bye.